Another really wonderful piece I'd read on your blog post was about sisterhood and the importance of women supporting and uplifting each other. And I'm curious how you came about to that realization and what your trajectory has been in that thought process from the time that you were maybe a child or a teenager to now.
Wow, I mean, this is one of my favorite things to talk about, because that has been such a transformation. I used to be so insecure. I used to be so scared, so threatened of other girls, and this is while growing up. Um, it's also because, I mean, being from the army background, you've been in an army school in small towns, so things were really secure there. And then I came to Pune, and I was in an all girls school, and there were some things that just, I mean, just the fact that, I mean, there were cliques. As a 12-year-old will not understand that. The way people were discussing songs, fashion, and if you didn't fit into that, you were looked down upon. So I was, in my head, I was still a really, really young child. So I didn't understand what it was like to grow up that way, which is why I started feeling intimidated very easily. Plus, there was no self-confidence. So there was, I mean, I automatically assumed that, okay, fine, I'm not going to be someone who can, walk into a room, make friends, especially with girls. Then, that whole thing when you become a teenager and you start talking about, oh, I'm not like other girls. It was my favorite thing to say. I had a lot of guy friends, and we would bond even more because I would say I'm not like other girls. And I would talk about, oh yeah, this girl does this drama, this, it was very toxic. And that continued for quite a lot of time. But then what happened was, again, this happened through freelancing actually. Now, this is where freelancing has helped me in my personal life, where I was figuring out my, scene with freelancing. And there were a couple of older women who reached out to me with projects, and I liked the energy that they brought along. They were very secure. They were very encouraging, uh, very warm, and it was really odd for me because, I mean, these are people I met on Twitter or on Instagram, and they're saying, "Hey, listen, I'm visiting your city. Let's meet for coffee." And I'm like, "Why would she want to meet me for coffee? What do you talk about?" And a few meetings like this with older women made me realize that, okay, what was this, where was the security coming from? Because I'd not seen that anywhere. And I did have girlfriends for the longest time because of this. And that's when, I think that was the time during which I actually met my best friend, and she was secure from day one. And it took me 2-3 years to actually get that way, because I used to be like, okay, why is she so honest with me? I was so scared for the longest time. So, and this reflected in my relationships too. And then slowly with, like, while working with women who were asking me to, charge this much, or were telling me that, hey, listen, you love money, accept it. You're working for money, accept it. All of this, right? And women helping each other out. I was seeing this around me. And once that, I don't know, and somewhere I was inspired. I don't know. I still remember who these women are. And we might not be in touch right now, but I still, check on their Facebook updates once in a while. I'm not on Twitter anymore, but Instagram page, if they post something, I'm the first one to go and comment. They changed this for me, they changed the way I saw women. And now, surprisingly, like I didn't realize this, but I was actually moving towards all female clients, female freelancers. And last year, I just very randomly, realized that all my clients are women. And at that point, we were an all girls team at that point. And I was like, I mean, that is what I was enjoying, and I've and just meeting secure women. So, they say empowered women empower women. That
Yeah.
is that is what I've learned. And
Oh,
I was inspired to inspire other people in this energy, like that female energy, right? That, okay, somebody can probably wear ripped jeans because she's seen me wearing it, rather than hating me for it, which is what has happened in the past, because I've done stuff like that. I have hated a woman for wearing something, and I have, said names, and it's not right. Or if a woman wants to, earn a certain amount, it's up to her. Like, I've understood
yeah.
feminism for the last 4 years, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, feminism is awesome. Yeah.
Well, and again, there's a learning curve to that as well, because for me, every single thing that you said, I resonate with. Every single thing that you said, I had the same, and you don't know where it's coming from, that sort of distrust or insecurity. You don't know where it's, even if you have a loving mother, there is some,
Yeah.
it's just inherent sometimes. And I didn't even realize it. It's subconscious for the longest time. And then working in a workplace where anyway the energy is masculine, it's male dominated, it's a bit aggressive. That insecurity, if you don't curtail it, I mean, if you don't check it properly, it kind of ends up getting out of control. So for me, also that checking phase of checking myself every time I was being unreasonable with my thoughts about another woman, it started with that no, put yourself in her shoes, put yourself, what if you were her, what if you were her. I started doing that, and that was probably the only thing that I consciously did. And then that for me was that journey to feminism. And I also have had the opportunity to work with women and to interact with women. And now I think in my early 30s, I'm realizing it's just one of the most amazing things to be able to have that sort of
Awesome. Yeah.
sisterhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.